Nearly 9,000 migrants have crossed the southern border in just the past day. And a reminder of just how dangerous crossing over can be. A 3-year-old boy and another person died this week while trying to cross the Rio Grande River into Texas. We have live team coverage of this border crisis with reports covering the situation from the Texas border to Chicago and New York City. But we want to begin with national correspondent John Moan. He's live in Eagle Pass, Texas. John, what is the situation there on the ground this morning?
The numbers have tapered off substantially, but we have made video of a group of about 40 people waiting just on the other side of that train bridge you see behind me. They are staging there, and they're seeking a gap in all of the concertina wire that the state has put down so they can present themselves to the Border Patrol. Federal authorities saying that the uptick in these crossings is due to a disinformation campaign being spread by the cartels, as well as people becoming more desperate as they're waiting for appointments on the CBP One app, and they're deciding to take a gamble and not wait for the app to work for them. They're crossing illegally and taking their chances.
In El Paso, Texas, more arrivals of undocumented migrants daily. The same goes about 500 miles away down the Rio Grande and Eagle Pass. The reason, says the Border Patrol, migrants are being fed disinformation by cartel-controlled smugglers to cross now.
They're making money with the immigrants. They're making money with the drugs. So, yeah, they jumped at it real fast. And I know this because we have smugglers coming from Houston, Florida, Austin, everywhere, to pick up those immigrants. There's a connection there.
The Maverick County Sheriff, whose county encompasses the border town, echoing the Border Patrol's conclusions. The town declared a state of emergency, begging for the state to help cope with the volume of people crossing the river after nearly 6,000 people crossed in 2 days.
We're expending a lot of funds just to get everything under control, so we need the help from our federal and state partners.
The state deploying more razor wire in the riverbanks, and with the local emergency in effect, the mayor telling us troopers have the power to arrest migrants for trespassing in public parks. The mayor says he'll be meeting with officials on the Mexican side in Piedras Negras to find out how many more migrants may try to cross in the next week.
I'm getting numbers of anywhere from 5,000 to 9,000 people that are in Mexico ready to cross into Eagle Pass tomorrow or the next couple days, which is alarming for us. We're a city of 28,000 people. We don't have the capacity or resources.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection shut down one of the international bridges and reallocated customs staff to help the processing of the mass amount of people who crossed. Many migrants are making their way northward by stowing away in Mexican freight trains. One of Mexico's largest freight rail operators, Ferromex, has halted several northbound trains because of rising concerns about the volume of people crossing. Experts say a key difference about this migration surge is that more families with children rather than single adults are migrating from Central and South America. U.S. Customs and Border Protection telling Scripps News in a written statement that human smugglers are spreading disinformation about the border to migrants and are, quote, putting migrants' lives at risk for their own financial gain. Adding, rumors circulating on social media that areas of the southwest border, specifically in the El Paso sector, are open to illegal migration are patently false. Eagle Pass's mayor says politicians on both sides of the aisle need to consider humanitarian concerns.
A 4-year-old drowned and died. Today we had an adult male that drowned in the river. That is sad. Nobody wants to see people suffer, right? That's the last thing that you want to see. But just logistically, a city like Eagle Pass cannot handle this situation.
Here, I have some new information to report just about, the buildup of presence here in the state and the militarization of this area. A couple of days ago, Governor Greg Abbott of Texas angrily tweeted that Border Patrol agents had cut some of the concertina wire against his wishes. But I learned there was good reason for that. There were families struggling in the river, and as I understand, 2 Border Patrol agents apprehended and moved those families away from the water. They cut the razor wire to access the area, consistent with federal immigration law, and they took the group safely into custody. They put the health and safety of their workforce, but also the migrants, especially when conditions are dangerous and people are vulnerable, they put their health and safety at the top. Guys.
Yeah, such a troubling situation. National correspondent John Moan in Eagle Pass, Texas. Thank you so much.